Dr. Elista Istre, and I'm one of the graduates of the UL Public History program. And I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about my journey and my experience and the many different kinds of hats I've worn over the years. I started off, I'm from Lafayette, so I've always been a raging Cajun. And I started off at UL in history, with double minors in Spanish and business. And then I went on to graduate from the public history program. And the reason why I chose public history was because I didn't want to be that boring professor that gave lectures that everybody fell asleep on. I wanted to do something different, and I really love working with the public. I love educating people. I love watching little light bulbs come on whenever they learn something new, and I really like it when they learn by accident. So I kind of like to tease and trick them into learning. So I finished my public history degree in 2002, and it was a really nice day because who doesn't love to graduate? And then the question is, what do you do after you graduate? Well, I went straight into management. Not exactly what I thought I was going to do, but it worked out well. I was a program director at Vermilionville here in Lafayette, Cajun and Creole Heritage and Folklife Park. Right out of college, I was managing a staff of 20 plus interpreters. Had to maintain a village of 22 instructors, work on costuming, the whole 9 yards. It was a lot, but I loved what I was doing, and I was introduced to living history concepts at that time, which I still do today. So I'm very grateful for those opportunities. After that, I did a few different things. I worked for national parks, I worked for state parks, working as an interpreter. I love doing summer camps with kids. So you get to be fun with kids, and do lots of activities and crafts with them. And again, you're teaching them, but they don't realize it because they're at camp and they think they're just there to have fun. But you're actually teaching them about culture, people, history, all of that, which is just a blast. So besides that, taught, actually discovered that I like teaching. Didn't think I would, but I absolutely love teaching in the classroom as well. Ended up going overseas, teaching in Africa for a while, which I really enjoyed. And after that, I was thinking for a while that I wanted to go back and get a Ph.D., but I wasn't quite sure in what, because I wanted a program where I could do anything I wanted to do. Finally, I found it. Arkansas State University has the only Heritage Studies Ph.D. program in the country. I ended up there and absolutely loved working on the project. During my master's program, I didn't actually do an internship like most graduate students do. I earned the fellowship, so that was a little bit different for me. My graduate thesis in public history was on Cajun stereotypes and development of cultural tourism in Louisiana. So that was my research, but I wanted to do something even more and something for the Creole community. So I went back, got a PhD. My dissertation for my doctorate was on Creoles, and I published a book actually. So I wrote a book. And but the thing that I did that was kind of really cool while I was there for my PhD was I worked on restoring Johnny Cash's boyhood home and converting his hometown into an international tourism destination and heritage site, really. And that was an amazing experience. Spent a lot of time, lots of hours, just making that dream come true. Got to know the Cash family very well, worked on several documentary films, created the Johnny Cash Heritage Festival, which we had 10,000 people the first year. It was kind of amazing. So did that. Then I ended up doing something completely different for me, and that was I went on permanent travel with the United States Army as a DoD contractor for the Center for Military History. I'm not even a military historian, but as it turns out, it was one of the best experiences of my life. Every 6 months I moved to a different location, worked with a totally different crew, worked with different staff members, and really helped to tell the stories of American soldiers throughout history. Some of the artifacts that I got to handle were Saddam Hussein's personal effects. I don't know, there's just so many interesting things. So after that, I moved back to Lafayette and I decided to open my own business, Belle Heritage. And what does Belle Heritage enable me to do? Anything I want. I do living history programming, I do consulting for museums and In fact, I'm currently working as a consultant for the Louisiana Military Museum in Abbeville. I can do guided tours for travel writers and bloggers and things like that. I've done lots of documentaries with the partnerships with those kinds of individuals, and do, like I said, do consulting work, and I get to do the things that I really enjoy doing. So I just want to encourage you, no matter where you decide to go with your career, don't let yourself be boxed in. Be willing to take chances. I was not even a military historian, and here I am doing military history, and I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. So whether you are putting out fires as an administrator, whether you're working as a preservationist and you've got to wear your hard hat on the job, whether you are traveling the world and exploring all the cultures that there are all around the world and helping them preserve their heritage sites, which I've also done in lots and lots of countries. Whether people think you're just old-fashioned for liking the old stuff that you do. Whether you're putting a band-aid on culture and trying to help people discover who their heritage is. Because after all, I've been told that I'm a doctor, but I'm not the kind that really helps people. I just help them with their heritage and culture. Whether you love the research and you're in the archives all the time, finding clues. Sometimes you feel like a Green Beret because you've got to do a little bit of everything, and you've got to do it well, and you've got to do it faster than the other people, because sometimes when you're in business for yourself, you've got to be on top of your game and get ahead of the competition. Or if you're stepping back in time at historic events, doing living history programming, whatever you end up doing with your career, I hope that it's a reflection of who you are as an individual and not just conforming to whatever other people think you should be doing with your life. Because if I've learned anything else, it's that I love doing a little bit of everything, and this is all of what I do. Thank you very much, and I wish you all a very, very successful career in public history, because guess what? The sky's the limit.